Okay, we're going to go over the basics of doing isometric sketching with a couple of objects here. Now, we have this object here. It is made up of 4 cubes. And so we see we have this one, here, here. Now, the way that we're going to look at it is actually like so, because I want the pink and the pink here when we look at it. So we're going to place it down here. And when we look at these cubes, we're looking at them in a 3-dimensional space. So this is considered the top of the cube. This is the top, and this is the top. Coming over, this is the right side, right side, right side. And then if I turn it this way, this is the front, front, and front. Now, one way I like to remember to draw is I know that my top sides look kind of like diamonds when they are on here. And so I like to use 2 spaces when there are diamonds. Hold please really quickly while I grab my ruler. Sorry about all that noise. Okay, and we're back. So I suggest using a ruler. So we're just going to start. I'm going to take this off. And we're just going to start with this black cube here. So we have a top, a right, and a front. So front or tops, like I said, are always diamond shapes. Now we're going to do 2 spaces here. So I'm going to put a dot right here. Count 1, 2, and another dot. Now I'm going to count 1, 2, put another dot. 1, 2, and another dot. So I should have a diamond here. Now we're just going to fill this in with the ruler, connecting these dots. Okay, dot, dot. And 1 here. Okay, so that is the top of our cube. So if we look at it, we have our diamond. Now let's go ahead and do this right side. So it's going to be on the right side and it's going to come down. So I'm going to count down 1, 2 spaces, put a tiny dot from this corner, 1, 2, and a small dot. And then I'm going to connect these lines here. There's 1 here and 1 here. And then I'm going to connect these 2 to finish off our right hand side. Okay, so we have the top, right. Now we need to do the front side of our cube. So we just need to add a dot right here, and we're going to connect here, here, and here. So I'm going to start here, come down to my dot, turn my paper a little, put it here, and that completes my cube here. Now, on all of our shading, so we're talking about shading now, we're pretending the sun is over here in the top right of the sky, and it's shooting its rays this way towards our object. So the top would get as much exposure from the sun, the side would get a little bit, and the front would not get as much as all. So when we do shading, there is absolutely no shading on the top. No. This side, gray, and on the front, it is dark shading. So I'm going to just go through this just lightly, and you can just use your pencil like this And when you're just learning, it does not have to be perfect. Now dark, I'm going to press down a little bit more pressure with my pencil. And then come over here. Okay, so we have our cube. So we have the top, which is a diamond, the right, and the left side, and it's properly shaded. Now, let's go back to this figure that we created. And so we can see it here in an isometric view. So we have this cube. Now actually we want to draw these two pink cubes. Now one is coming out to the side, and so we see the top, the right, and the front of the cube. So we see all three sides, three-dimensional. So we see the top, so we're going to do the top coming from this way. I'm going to place that here. Place my ruler. I'm going to go 2 spaces. This is the top, and it should resemble a diamond when I complete it. Okay, so that's the top of this pink cube. Now let's go ahead and do the right side of our pink cube. So now we need to come down. We need to do our front side. Now, what color are front side shaded? Dark. Now let's finish up the right side of the cube. And they are shaded gray. Okay, so now we have this pink cube represented on isometric paper. So I'm going to go ahead and finish out this other pink cube right here. And it comes out this direction. So we can see the top, front, and right of this cube as well, but it's coming out this way from the top cube. So let's start with the front, which is a diamond. Tops are always diamonds. And if I said front earlier, I apologize. Tops are diamonds. Okay, top. Now let's do the front. Finish this off at the bottom. And finish off the right side here. Okay, now let's go ahead and let's look at this. So we have a top. I'm just going to put a tiny little T. Top, top, front, front, right, right. So tops are not shaded. Fronts are shaded darkly. Again, when you're just learning shading and sketching, take your time and try your best. You will get better, I promise. This was a skill that I learned several years ago, and I did have to practice a lot until it became almost second nature to me. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this one up. I may speed it up just a little bit while I do the shading on the right, which is gray, light gray. So I'm going to erase this R here and R here. And so light shading. Light shading. And the T's, the tops, diamonds, tops are diamonds, have no shading because they get the most light exposure from our imaginary sun. Okay, so that would be our completed sketch for this figure here. So if we can see it here, see it this way, we see our right sides, we can see 1, 2, 3 right. Fronts, we see 1, 2, 3 fronts, front, front, front. Tops, we can see 1, 2, 3 tops, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's the timer. Okay, let's go ahead and stop right now. And then the next video I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to bring in either this isometric shape, and so you can see this one looks like that, and I may bring in this one, this isometric sketch here, and we will talk about doing the multi-view sketches, which is done on multi-view paper, which looks like this. Now, this is orthographic paper. This is isometric paper. So just for right now, no, this is the top because this is the top of the page. This is the right because it's on the right-hand side of the page. And this is the front. And I just put ISO for isometric in this one. So right's on the right-hand side. Isometric, we know that. Top is at the top. Front is below that. Okay, so hopefully that helps on basically doing just a couple sketches here with the shading and doing a basic object here. See you in the next video.